3 rounds that Blue Jays have been able to get have been off of the pistols, so we still don't know how their conversion on gun rounds is going to look. It's still quite early in the game, and a chance at bringing it together is still very doable for Blue Jays. But I need to see it happen soon enough. You've got the Tech 9s out now. Eagle. Mac 10 thrown in there for fun as well. They're going to go for a hard and fast A hit.
Pretty quick, pretty default. Brad looking to spray down across that smoke. Won't be delivering that quickly. Nickelback in the corner. Kixan will try and punish, but Elian is there for reinforcements. Kakanito amping up the pressure and doubles things up. 2 very important kills and 2 very important players from Entropiq now have fallen. Onto the CT side. The bomb has been planted, but Krad will be able to deliver. So will Lackey. Now it's all down to Danny and Styles. The bad thing is that Danny is low. Simple spray down would be able to eliminate him, and that's exactly what happened. Styles takes his time to reroute his efforts towards Danny, but while he takes his time, his teammate will have to fall. Bomb is defused, and Styles can't do anything about it.
Kakanito was the one that made that round, but he's also the one that broke it. He managed to nestle his way into jungle, got a double kill, and he could have very easily simply held down connector, right? But he tried to over-aggress, tried to catch them in the back, and that's how everything fell apart for him. I'm not even sure what that would have accomplished, because that puts him in a very unfavorable spot anyway. He can't run up jungle without giving the all-you-can either. So, Kakanito, I do think he dropped the ball there. But, Blue Jays, now they're on a proper gun round. We get a chance to see their metal being tested when they have the equipment to fight back. Very unfortunate. Couple kills have been exchanged now. Blue Jays being given the advantage.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. We see you, Blue Jays. Wanted to amp up the pressure. And Entropiq, though, really wanted to go for that mid-aggression and finally paying dividends. Krad gets 2 and equalizes a scoreline, but I think Blue Jays have a chance to plant this bomb towards B. Unless Forrester.
Look at Forrester. Yeah, he's already up market, Pavlos. He can very easily interrupt the bomb plant, but he's been caught out. They know exactly where he is, and reinforcements are way too far off.
They really want to get this kill. Isolate Forrester is what they want to do, and he can't quite trade it. Danny finds the kill. Ever so crucial, the Krad is here. He spots out the head, but Kixan finds him quicker. Blue Jays are back in the game and get themselves on a 4th.
That round could have been recovered by Entropiq purely on the basis of Nickelback getting so much damage in before dying that his teammate was able to pick up a couple kills and only 2 bullets. But Blue Jays playing it a little bit better, applying the pressure to Forrester, and Forrester missing out on a crucial spray down as they were entering the bomb site. It just wraps it up nicely for Blue Jays to be able to pick it up. Now Entropiq are threatened. They're on the brink of economic collapse. They cannot allow Elian to lose this AWP because that's been the crutch that has allowed them to get so much traction on the CT side. Look at how they're playing it, right? These bomb sites are entirely polarized. They've got 1 player on B and everybody else was attentive towards that A site. Rotations have come in from Elian, but look at the amount of space they've given up.
Elian to the sidelines, 8 kick, gets an off angle. Lucky. Oh, the timing. They switch positions, but do you expect it? Oh, the answer is no, but still finds the time to hold his mouse 1 trigger without even scoping in. Insane stuff. Blue Jays have found momentum seemingly out of nowhere.
That is all down to 8-Kit, and he's managed to show us a marvelous display of skill towards the B site.
Oh.
Yeah, things aren't really coming together for Entropiq. Lose another weapon as well. Nickelback's still surviving with $450, and he loses his helmet as well. Blue Jays now creeping up.
I'm really liking this from Blue Jays. I've said it before, right? This, you never see a North Macedonian sort of squad turn up before, or it turn up to the top scenes of Tier 2. And this all Macedonian squad is right now battling against the number 11 team in the world and winning. I mean, not on this map in particular, but they have a good chance to equalize the scoreline, and they are a map on top.
Ooh. Nice shot by Danny to begin the madness. Wasn't really going to be a favorable round for Entropiq anyway, so we're going to have to let this one rest. The Blue Jays have done an excellent job of starting to bring it together, and that's one of the advantages you do have when you're playing the T side. It's easy to get back into the game as long as you can chain around together. The economy, of course, for Entropiq having been made so much more difficult for them to have the buyback in. Maybe Krad having 3,400 still allows Alien to be on the Green Goblin, but other than that, I don't really see too many lifelines lining up for Entropiq.
I mean, obviously this was a filler, right? This round was kind of to hold back, trying to do some damage on the Blue Jays economy because they pretty much had no chances in winning that. They couldn't pull off the Blue Jays. So now it's time to fight back. You can see Alien back onto that AWP. I'm really interested to see how they approach this round.
Oh, Blue Jays already taking so much mid control, and they've already telegraphed that they want to go for a B split, but haven't made it obvious to Entropiq just yet. Alien holding that narrow angle on the B site. Now they've isolated the AWP player, so they know exactly how to reroute their efforts. Smokes have been deployed around middle, so vision is limited for Entropiq. They're not exactly sure of how to approach this. Blues, in the meantime, they can take their sweet time. Kixon managing to first skill allows them to have a little bit more control here around a connector, but look at how Entropiq
Oh, the smoke will dissipate. Kixon will find it. That is massive. He may have been able to get another there, but Krad won't be able to do so. With 3 on 4 and Entropiq are damaged. Somehow Krad stays alive. So much was done by Kixan there. He's already pulled his weight, but they turn their attentions towards the B site. And Forrester's his sole defender. So much weight to his shoulders right now, but won't be able to hold it down in time. Blue Jays take over, and they will be able to find the lead here. They will be able to find that 7th round.
Yeah, that was destined to fall apart as soon as you realize that Kixon was allowed to have a say in the matter against a bomb site that had 4 players, right? He was able to creep up connector and get a double kill. There's no way you allow those sorts of shenanigans when you've already banked all of your resources on one bomb site. On the other side of the spectrum, they had a B site that was wide open. They only had 1 player trying to defend it, but of course that's not going to work out when the rest of Blue Jays' resources were also destined to hit that B site. Alien, question is whether or not he gets away with this AWP.
Uh-oh. Behind you. Yep. Doesn't have eyes at the back of his head. And for that reason, Blue Jays do manage to punish, save, shut down that AWP. No money left on to their side. Talking about AWP, Skin Baron offering a sweet one. But 7-6. Man, it's Blue Jays with a lead.
The question is whether or not Entropiq will be able to bring it back together in the T side, because honestly, Pavlos, I don't have very high hopes for that. Blue Jays just playing a beautiful game of Counter-Strike right now, showing us what they're made of, even against Alien being an absolute monster on the AWP. They've managed to nip him in the bud time and time again, and as you mentioned, this addition of Kakanito has been so good for their roster.
I think we've also seen 8-Kit step it up this game in particular. I think there was quite a few high-flying performances thrown out in these in multiple rounds here, and kind of shutting down Entropiq when it comes to these aim duels. One of the reasons why they've kind of gone for this map in the first place, right? They thrive under these circumstances, and they really enjoy kind of wrapping this pace. And Entropiq haven't seemed to gain a good grasp over it just yet.
At the very least, one thing Blue Jays have proven to us is that even if their skill floor isn't that high just yet, their skill ceiling can be, right? Because being able to battle it out against a team that is way above you in terms of rank, just way above you in terms of exposure to higher level tournaments, it shows to the viewers and to yourself that you're playing Counter-Strike right. Even if you're not able to do it consistently, you're getting some things correct.
Final round of the half.
And who would have thought, right? Who thought that Blue Jays would be the one with a lead on the T side?
And who would have thought
is...
Pinnacle odds would look like that?
Oh yeah, I mean the CT side is not going to be forgiving for them either by any stretch of the imagination. But I think one of the biggest hurdles they had was taking that AWP away from Elian, and this is his last shot to shine before he succumbed to the pressure of the T side. And he's already fallen.
No.
Kakanito, the newest fragger on the roster, has made quick work of him.
You have to respect Elian's attempt to peek through mid like that, but at the end of the day, if you don't deliver the shot, if you don't fall back into safety, it is all in vain. Danny fragging out of his mind right now. Oh, the B side is theirs. They open it wide as if it's a box full of secrets, and Entropiq secrets have just flown out. Blue Jays have got a read on every single one of them.
What's the outlook here, Pavlos? Because Entropiq, of course, one of their biggest crutches being taken away from them now, on the round deficit, being down 1-0 in terms of maps. Entropiq are historically a team that can often put a ribbon on it, even if they do it sloppily, you know? They've often exhibited the ability to go for little comebacks, a turnaround series, go for reverse sweeps, but if Blue Jays can net this pistol round, it's going to be so much harder. Look at these positions. These are perfect to deal with B.
Ooh. Blue Jays. They're so strong on these pistols. How do they always do this? Why does it always look this simple? Right? As soon as you find opponents, they kind of cease to exist. And they haven't dropped a player yet, even though they're low. Styles looks to join in on that fray. Every single one of these players have got any kill apart from Kakanito. Everybody's rooting for Kakanito right now. Alright, everybody's got a kill. Just give it to Kakan. And I think he's the one that can be contested here. He can be the one to get it. No! Oh, it would have looked so clean. Either way, though, beautiful round by Blue Jays. They've fully taken control.
One thing I do want to point out is that was a hard read from the side of Blue Jays. Okay, I'm going to have to hold that thought. Maybe Nickelback can still do something about it, because this kill would lead it into a 1 versus 2, but no, he just lost way too much HP here. Brings it down to a 1-on-2. Alright, couple headshots away from Madness. He's got his knife out. No chance he gets Styles. So yeah, coming back to the point I was talking about, that was a hard read from Blue Jays, right? They had 2 players in connector. They were ideally set up to be able to contest B short if they went for a B split. And there were already 3 players on the B side as well. So they had this hard retake style of play towards the A side, while maximizing their ability to take control of B. And the difference between that and a regular stack on the B side is that you can also take care of middle while defending your teammates from short and still having a foot through the door as far as defending A is concerned.
Ooh, 8-kit somehow finding another kill in mid. Look at the aggression. They're not easing back at all. They're not leaving Entropiq to breathe. And Kakanito, of course, won't really value that trade, being so far along, so far away, really. And P9 can only help on these shorter distances, but they seem to have everything under lock and key. It's all down into Entropiq to bring out a surprise.
Yeah, this has got to be an easy round for them, right? They've got the perfect weapons to mow down players without armor.
Caster's curse once again. I swear. Nickelback. Oh, no. Yeah, the moment you think you found yourself a birthday present, you find a beautiful M4 on the ground, you want to pick it up, want to make it your own, and get shot from the behinds.
Reminds me of buying airsoft guns as a kid, right? You know, you would unwrap the present, you're like, yes, airsoft gun to shoot my brother in the back of the head. But you know, your brother woke up before you did. He's already unwrapped his present. He's already airsofting you down the lounge. Sorry, just terrible memories from my childhood.
I think we're uncovering a lot today for us. we're uncovering truly quite a bit.
Getting invited to parties, getting hit with airsoft bullets. Just wonderful stuff.
Good stuff. Quite the opposite. Let's go and see though. And Entropiq, this is their chance.
It's called
Blue
character
Jays.
development.
Yeah.
Dear God, let this character development arc be over. It's been 23 years.
Yeah. It sounds just like the thing that parents say when they say the kid is special.
Mm-hmm.
But Entropiq actually run away with the first kill. I believe that trade happened towards drop as well, right? That happened under. So like that happened with a trade in mid. So BLUEJAYS still yet to find entry, and Elian is actually keeping up the pressure, right? Mid seems to be their own realm.
BLUEJAYS are not equipped for an A site hit right now. You can see that they're entirely focused on defending B, which will mean that they have nothing at the ready to be able to take duels towards the A site. And this smoke is perfect. Keeps out any attention from Connector, but Danny's already crept past it, tries to keep them at bay with the flashbangs, wants to peek out and potentially take the duel in Palace, but it's such a difficult duel because you would have to take 2 different vertical angles, Mo's down 2, and that makes it so much harder. Danny shouldn't have been allowed to get away with that, Pavlos.
That switches things up completely. Danny here to stay. Crad will be able to shut him down eventually, but it's still a 2v3. BLUEJAYS, this is within the realms of possibility. Kicks out onto the side. Styles as well, entering now ramp. They line up for him, and P9 long distance. Spray down maybe for the repeak. Elian has to fall. BLUEJAYS take advantage of a really bad situation, and they make it work.
Now it's 12-6, and Entropiq have no money to fight back either. They're gonna have to scrape coins together just to be able to afford the bare minimum. And well, BLUEJAYS, I cannot believe they're the ones that are looking mighty in this situation. I thought Entropiq would make it nigh impossible for them to win it out, but the individuals are shining, the communication is on point. It seems like they have so much composure, and this is something we've never seen from BLUEJAYS before. I was talking about how this was going to be the most difficult game for BLUEJAYS in recent history, just playing against Entropiq, and after their shaky game against Endpoint, I really didn't think they had the mettle to be able to pull it through, but right now, it's history in the making for them.
Yeah, it starts bringing the question, is this BLUEJAYS being out of this world strong, or is Entropiq also not being at the top of their game? I guess it could be a combination of both. But BLUEJAYS do not care about the specifics about it. They care about the win. They care about qualifying to the semi-finals. And kill by kill, round by round, inch by inch, they're getting ever closer to that task.
They're only 3 rounds away from madness, Pavlos. Now, I'm not even sure what kind of win condition I would expect from Entropiq. I'm not expecting Elian to go wild with the AWP. Of course, the terror side is simply not an AWP player's domain. We saw Forrester in Overpass hard carrying the squad because he was outperforming even Elian on the AWP. But now he's been really silent. You know, he's got 5 kills, underperforming. He's honestly just compensated for his for his skill on Overpass. It's really starting to hurt them.
Oh, like he wanted to play aggressive there. He wanted to catch them off guard. Sort of a dry peek, only assisted by a flash. And at the end of things, Kakanito takes control. So does Danny. It seems that Entropiq are purposely lining up for them right now. BLUEJAYS, this is not a game. This is not the quarterfinals of the Pinnacle Winter Series. It seems like they're playing on FPL.
You can see the odds are just... Well, why wouldn't they, right?
Ever increasing as well. Oh man, they look heartbroken.
Yeah, and Entropiq, they did not wake up on the right side of the bed, and BLUEJAYS, on the other hand, they woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, it's when you pick up your D&D sheet and choose chaotic. Good, I think. Because these are some good results. Lucky, putting that AK-47 that Entropiq put faith in him to have, it's a good use so far. But the fact that you're on that hero AK, you need much more than that. And he's actually going to push through. He's been spotted. He's been spotted. That's the AK lost. You can see 8-Kit as well. On the other side, Elian not quite connecting. The pressure is mounting up. And BLUEJAYS are taking control of the situation. After this one kill, BLUEJAYS will find themselves on map point.
Do we really expect Entropiq to be a powerhouse that can chain 9 rounds together against a team they've struggled to pick up a single map against? I honestly thought that at the very least we would see a 1-to-1. I talked about it in the pregame. I talked about how These teams were really good at each other's unfavorable maps. But for Blue Jays to wake up and go for a good old 2-0, I didn't expect that at all. Not in this convincing fashion on a map like Mirage. And it's something you mentioned, Pavlos. You talked about how bringing Entropiq to Puggy Playgrounds would essentially help Blue Jays tackle some of their structural issues. Just tackle Entropiq on the grounds of not having that same level of experience. And it seems to have worked out really well.
And at the same time on Overpass, it doesn't seem like Blue Jays struggle that much either, right? They look pretty refined. Their structural integrity was kept intact for quite a long time. There even loves to switch things up quite a bit, keep Entropiq on their toes. It's their final round that Entropiq can hold on. And it's the opportunity for Blue Jays to qualify to the semis. Lackey hasn't had enough of it. This player's come alive a couple of rounds so far in recent history, but it may all be just that. It may all just be history if they don't see more success from this round.
Could this be the first step for Entropiq? Without a comeback, I don't think so, because there's just so much damage being inflicted on them. Kixon gets the initial kill. Stylies finds 3 players, and he's already gotten a lot of damage in. Kakanito's rotated. This makes it so difficult for them to find their footing onto the site, but they've managed to take out both of the players initially. Can a retake ensue?
Kixon onto the sidelines together with his teammate. Lackey and Elian are low. That's the good thing about this situation. And the nade will do it. Now this is more doable. A 2-on-3, much more feasible. But getting that AWP out of there will be the hardest task. Elian is no slouch. Crowd onto the side, good swing, but not quite direct enough. 8kit finds one. Elian eliminated, but that's all it's going to be. Entropiq will delay this for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm not too particularly worried about Blue Jays, to be perfectly honest, because they've built up so much money. They can very easily just lounge in all the cash they've gotten, and they have 9 rounds to bring it together. I really don't expect them to, 8 rounds, but I really don't expect them to drop the ball here. They've looked so flawless.
We're talking about Entropiq here. They need 8 rounds in a row. How can they achieve that, considering Blue Jays' performances so far?
I'm not even sure, Pavlos. The answer to that is definitely not cut and dry.
8kit seems like he'll be punished here. Krad will be shutting him down. They won't take direct aggression towards the B site, but it's a good first step.
Is it possible that Blue Jays start to crumble under the pressure? Just being short of semifinals, is it possible for them to shorthand themselves? If anything, Entropiq have not proven to be great opponents for them. So they'll have to dig deep within to find this loss.
Flashes away in mid. Entropiq kind of rerouting their efforts. See what control they can find. See if Blue Jays perhaps are overextending in then direction. But Blue Jays know. Yes, there may be a play it down, and that doesn't quite do too many favors for the CT side, but we've seen them come back from way worse. Kixan all to himself. B-site all alone. This could be his chance. This could be his chance for the highlight reels. The chance of the tournament. Crowd again. Kakanita holds on. So does Kixan, but not for too long. Nickelback bounces back. It's a 2-on-3 with 20 seconds. Blue Jays don't want to take this fight.
And for good reason, because instead of trying to go for a shoddy buy in the next round, they want to make sure they can carry over these AKs, strap them to your back, and the extra money available on Stylies and 8kit will allow them to drop over some weapons. Ugh, but man. You know what? Now I'm starting to worry a little bit, Pavlos. I think the question for Blue Jays has always been whether or not they're going to sell themselves short. And it could still amount to that. You've seen that Blue Jays are are no longer playing with the structure you previously saw from them. We've seen many peaks in apartments that have been super unnecessary. Even in this particular round, we saw, who was it, Aid Kid trying to push up closer. Was it Kixon? I can't really remember, but this is a great time for Blue Jays to go for a timeout because you do not want to lose this. And if you're an Entropiq fan, you can maybe go ahead and capitalize on those odds because it's 77.75 to 1 right now. If you are, if for some reason you think Entropiq can still pull it together, pb.gg/winter is the place to be. Bet responsibly, and only if you are of age, of course.
I want to hear your thoughts around it too for us. Like, 7 rounds in a row is quite a difficult feat, but we're talking about Entropiq here, right?
Yeah, it's also
Are there any themes in the past 2 rounds that can allow them to kind of keep that ball rolling?
I'm not even sure what to make of this battle loss. I'm trying to wrap my head around what can work out for Entropiq, and all of those conditions stem from Blue Jays making mistakes rather than Entropiq having a masterful game. You can see that Blue Jays are playing a bit more conservatively now. That timeout has done them good. No aggression at all. Playing it a little bit more passively, that's okay. You know, sometimes you have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. Bomb left all the way back for Entropiq, trying to thread the needle over towards mid. They have full control, and now they're trying to find the duels here.
Entropiq found their last 2 wins with an initial pick, so this playing safe moment for Blue Jays has to be it.
Oh, Kakanito's just playing way too close to the fire. Alien's taken quite a bit of a scratch. And Blue Jays need to watch out because there's going to be an approach from 3 different angles here, Pavlos.
That's so dangerous. Then bomb towards the A side, only just smoking down Palestani. Dropping down, that's the auto cue given. Molly will be thrown out of him, and instead of falling back, he moves directly in. Nickelback so quick to react. My word, that was so quick. Now Kakanito onto the sidelines. Crad, I think he spotted up the barrel, but it's a matter of time. He falls back. They push through. They've been given the A side control. Blue Jays, what do you make of this? How far do you take this? How close do you approach? Kakanito holding on. Crad has to fall.
Oh, no.
Blue Jays, they've got themselves that equalizing scoreline. They've got 4 players alive, but not for too long. Lucky with a backswing. Kixan as well. They look to hold on to the site. But my word, Entropiq, 3 players. How would you work of this? Styles shuts down the catwalk player. And now they're looking to move in.
No.
They've got full control. It's all down to Nickelback. You need an inhuman play. You need a monstrous play. But I'm afraid you will not have it. A-Kit puts him to his grave, and Blue Jays eliminating Entropiq, moving on to the semi-finals with a 2-0 score.
How does that even happen? I think nobody would have expected this to be a win from Blue Jays, let alone a 2-0. Just absolutely crazy stuff, man. I cannot believe Blue Jays get it with that much ease as far as Mirage is concerned. Sure, the first map looked competitive, but what did we just watch?
I mean, I think there are a lot of questions that can be made out of this. First of all, you have to congratulate Blue Jays on looking so solid. I think this is the best we've ever seen a North Macedonian squad get to this level of play, right? We're talking about playing against Entropiq. This is no slouch, right? They've been the kings of Tier 2 the entirety of 2021 and have been able to compete in Tier 1 for a couple of months now, right? They've been playing against high-caliber teams, and this performance of Blue Jays has been ever so solid. At the same time, you have to ask the question, Entropiq, have they not been playing enough officials? Have they not been practicing enough? Is that where they found their strengths? Because right now, they looked lost.
Yeah, their communication didn't really look amazing. In fact, I think we saw more signs of great communication from Blue Jays, and that shouldn't really be the yardstick for them, right? If you're Entropiq, if you're playing against Tier 1 teams, you're on that rank 11 on HLTV, you're supposed to be the benchmark for what Tier 2 teams aspire to be, right? Because you're not really at the top of Tier 1 just yet, but you're at least setting an example for the transition from Tier 2 to Tier 1. A bit of a tongue twister, but regardless, Blue Jays, amazing performance, great stuff on Overpass, and I think both of us are incredibly surprised by how quickly they were able to decimate Entropiq on Mirage. I did feel a little suspenseful there at the end. I thought maybe they can choke, but they were able to cut it short, you know? Nicely placed timeout.
We've got a lot of games lined up for us today. We've got Big versus Forza next. After that, if you're interested about what will happen today, let's Godsend versus Gamer Legion, and of course, Ents versus Skade right at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have had fun this first matchup. The quarterfinals definitely not disappointing, and already we've seen a massive upset. Let's see what happens with Big against Forza later on today. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back after a break.